Hey YouTube, welcome in. We are going live on Facebook is in the house. Yes, that is what we want. We are just getting finished setting up here, and TikTok is wanting to update, so we're just going to let that go for now. But come on in and make sure to like, comment, and share so this video goes out to anybody who needs a word of encouragement to get unstuck. And so tell me where you're coming in from. And if you are watching the replay, make sure to type replay, okay? Before we get started on the word of encouragement, I want to remind you that my website is monicafaithstrong.com. Go on there and you will see my different coaching options. I have a one-on-one coaching call that's available, and I have a Faith Coach membership that is a monthly subscription where you have a Facebook private community, and we do all kinds of things on there. This month we are doing a challenge to move every day, move our bodies, just to be healthy and to get strong physically. And then tomorrow we are going to do a live Q&A and prayer. And so if you want to join in on that, make sure to go ahead and sign up, and you will be able to join us tomorrow night for that. Okay, TikTok is ready to go. Let me see here. It's been a little bit slow, but tonight is going to be really good. So if you are feeling stuck, make sure to stay tuned. And if you know of anybody who would like to be encouraged because they are feeling stuck, go ahead and share it with them, tag somebody, and we are live on TikTok. Good deal. So yeah, I got on here a little bit late tonight. Things coming at me, but you know what? It's not going to win. God is going to win, and God has a word for us tonight. And so we are going to get into that. I just want to share a little bit with you. Right beside me, I have something that smells so good. Oh my goodness. So if you guys are following me, you know that I just had an open house for my daughter. She graduated, and this smells so good. Like, it smells so good. Like flowers that are homegrown. My sister-in-law did them for me. She has this amazing talent to fix these beautiful bouquets, and she grows her own flowers. And I'm telling you, they smell so good. And they're like store-bought flowers have zero smell compared to this. So anyway, I so appreciated that. We had a great time of celebrating. And so let's go ahead, get into the word of encouragement. Make sure you comment, like, and share on here. I want to know where you're coming in from, so let me know where you're coming in from. So tonight's word is going to be on Exodus 14:14, okay? So if you are feeling trapped, I just want to give you a little bit of a backdrop on this story. In Exodus 14, the Israelites were coming out of Egypt where they were in bondage, and Pharaoh decided to take his army and go after them. And they see this, and they see the Red Sea. Yes, the Red Sea in front of them. And they just start to stress out. They stress out, they are feeling afraid, and they start to complain. And Moses tells them, the Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. That is Exodus, if I can get my words out right, that is Exodus 14:14. And like the whole chapter is really good. So make sure to just read the whole thing. But you get the picture of the Israelites coming out. They've got this army coming after them, like a big army and strong men. And, they're ready to fight to get them back. And they've got this big sea in front of them. What are they going to do? And they are just complaining and they are stressing out. They are feeling afraid. And they are feeling so stuck. Like this is an impossible situation. How am I going to get out? What are we going to do? And so, as this unfolds, okay, so God speaks to Moses. He shows Moses what to do. He's like, just tell them to move forward. Hold your stick out across the sea, and they can move forward on dry land. And so there's a couple things in this that we don't want to miss. That this has some big answers, and I feel like it's God showing us how to get out of an impossible situation if we look to Him, right? He's got the answer. And so if you are, I want to mention this. Just the different scenarios that we can be stuck in are like maybe we're feeling trapped in a church, or maybe we're feeling trapped in a relationship, family situations, jobs, finances, whatever it might be. We start to believe lies. We start to believe lies on why we are there. And we need to seek God for direction because we are trapped in our thinking. We are stuck. And so the question is, are you ready to get unstuck? Are you ready to stop complaining, to stop stressing, and get out of your trapped situation? There are steps that you can take. And this is, the first one is willing ears. We need to come to a place where we are willing to hear God's direction specifically for us. Not for your friend. Your story is not the same as anyone else because you are you. Nobody else is you. Not for your friend, not for your neighbor, but you. You need to get direction from God for you. Okay, so that's the first step. If you don't have a note paper, pen, you need to get one and you need to take notes. Okay. The second one is you need to trust over fear of man. You need to trust God over fear of man. What will they think if God tells me to do this? We have to let that go. We have to let that thinking go. And we have to trust God more. Okay, get this. We have to trust God more than opinions. Okay, take notes. Trust God more than opinions. Are you ready for number 3? This is so fun. Oh my goodness. The reason I say that is because I know this. I have experienced this. I know it. Oh, obedience. Number 3 is obedience over comfort. Oh, this is a big one, guys. Comfort is usually what's familiar to us. Do you trust God enough to fight for you? Do you trust God enough to fight for you? Or are you wanting to keep it in your own hands? Are you wanting to stay in your comfort? Do you trust Him to show you dry ground? Do you trust God to give you that direction? And now listen to this, okay? Just listen to this. Your dry ground is a place you've never walked before. The Israelites had never walked through the Red Sea before. So when God shows you a way, where if you can just get to that place where you don't care about anything else except God's will for your life, and you trust him to get you out of your trapped situation, he will show you your dry ground. And your dry ground is a place, something that you have never walked before. So say this with me, okay? Comfort is out the door. I am walking in a new path. I am walking a new path. Go ahead, put it in the comments. Make a commitment. Make a commitment to be true to yourself and to go after what God has for you. Don't let any kind of thinking stop you. Seek God. Do not fear. Seek God for direction. Walk every step he tells you to. You will walk into freedom and hold your peace all the while. Amen. You will hold your peace. I can testify to that. All the hard things that I have walked through and God just leading me every step, I was holding peace. And it was supernatural peace. I could just, like, it was so tangible. And you have to just, you have to think about it. Like, are you ready? Because there's, like, you can count on it. There's always someone that's going to be against God's plan for your life. There's always going to be somebody that is going to be against God's plan for your life. And they might look and they might confess to be a Christian. But I'm telling you, spirits will show up in any person and in any way that they can to try and stop you. They want people to speak out against you because they want you to hear those words. So they will try and use people to speak out against you. Okay? So that's why that happens. But you have to discern and see, and you just got to let it go out. And so, back in Egypt, because, if we don't walk out, if we don't seek God's direction, if we don't find our dry ground, it's back in Egypt, and that's bondage. It's the destination. It's not the destination that God has for you. Egypt is not the destination that God has for you. In fact, it's stagnant. And so go forward. Go forward. Like God told the Israelites. He said, go tell the Israelites, tell the children of Israel to go forward. Stretch out your stick and tell them to go forward and walk on dry ground. Go to your promised land. Walk in your purpose. Walk in your God-given destiny. God promises he will fight for you and you will hold your peace. So, it's not always easy, but it is the best way and it is the most prosperous way. And I can testify. I just want to share a little bit on, it was so all these steps were so real for me when we left the Amish church, and then and that was like 10 years ago. But it was even more real for me when I had to walk through my divorce, and there was so many voices coming at me, and I was able to stay focused on what God was telling me, and the peace and the protection, provision that I experienced through that was just supernatural. And it was so tangible. It was so real. And I am forever grateful for that. It's something that I will never forget, how God just made a way for me through, like, that was my Egypt moment. That was my Red Sea moment of just walking into freedom and um, getting getting out of a place where I felt so trapped and I felt so stagnant. And I can testify that once you get away from uh, from the uh, what do I call it? Once you get away from the environment of being trapped, you find yourself growing. You find yourself um, being able to just freely move and grow in a way that is just it's almost like getting to know yourself again in a whole new way. And so sometimes uh, we are in a situation where the enemy is working through a person that is real close to us. He's using that situation. He used my thinking. I thought there was no way out. And because that God's blessing was not on it, I was in a situation where I was not on a team. I was alone. I was fighting um, to survive. And and when you're doing that, you cannot prosper because you're constantly fighting the enemy. You're constantly fighting to survive. And so you're either in a situation where and you're connected to people that are holding you down, holding you back, or you're with somebody that is pushing you to be your best and your greatest cheerleader. And so think about that. And it can be any relationship. It can be any kind of situation where you deal with people. And so make sure to think what your thoughts are. What are your thoughts? Because if you're telling yourself, "Oh, I can just never," because I would tell myself I could never, provide for myself. That's what I would tell myself. I can't go, find a job that would, or even like just thinking about working a full time job and trying to run a house and all that. I just thought I could never. And it's all just that was all just so much just a lie. It was just a lie. And so when you start to process and see why am I thinking this? Is it real or am I just afraid? Am I feeling afraid? Because it's unknown. Because I had never been in a place of being responsible for me and my children. Now, I had been in a place where I was responsible for myself before. But for some reason, that felt overwhelming to me, and I couldn't see it then. I couldn't see it then, but God showed me, and he just kept talking to me, giving me hope, and um, like when God showed me that this dry ground is a place that we've never walked before, that was big. Like that was such a big like revelation. If you want something new, if you want something better, if you have a desire in your heart for something that is better and you have a longing to feel alive instead of feeling like you're dying, then you need to think about, I have to do something different to get a different result. Because God is not just going to come in and be like a fairy godmother. He wants you to walk and he wants you to grow strong in your faith and he wants you to talk to him and get your own conviction from him and his word, his truth. And that's what he did for me. And so I'll just say this too. I could not get to the idea of going through a divorce because I was taught that it was wrong and you're going to go to hell on a slip and slide if you do that. And so I had to seek, and I had to read the Bible, and I had to read on what God really says about it. And I found a lot. And maybe one day I'll share that too. But if you seek, God will show you. And he does not want us in a situation where we are just getting pulled down, and we are just in a state of survival. That is not how to live prosperously in the kingdom and to do God's work. And I remember reading through, because I was like taking like a Bible class, and we were reading through Revelations, and it talked about the end time pillars, and that is talking about marriages that are going to be strong in end times. And I was like, that's not us, totally not. And so if you are, that is exactly how it works. Like, that is exactly how it works. If you are married to somebody that is not for you, you are going to be a weak link. You will not be strong in the body of Christ. You will not be a strong unit. And if you are walking in the will of God, and both of you are like, like marriage is designed to be, then you're gonna, what does it say? One shall, is it move 1,000? But two shall move 10,000. It's not move, it's something else. But you probably know the verse, so you know what I'm talking about. And so it's like magnified, like it's 10 times better, 10 times more successful if you are married to somebody that is for you, not against you. So yeah, I hope that encourages you, and make sure to read this whole chapter, and just remember some of the key points of what to do, what it takes to get out of your trapped situation. You got to get to a place where you're willing to hear from God for yourself, and don't compare your life to anybody else's. Your life has its own path, and God put you on that path, and you are the only one that can carry it out. Okay? And then you have to trust God over fear of man. You just got to learn to let it go. It doesn't matter what they say. They are not going to judge you. And on that last day, they're not going to be the one to tell you, hey, you can come into heaven. Nope. And so you don't have to answer to them, and you don't have to have fear of man. And then get a desire to have obedience over comfort, because comfort is usually what's familiar to us. And so we need to get into the unfamiliar, and that is the dry ground, to get you to the place where you're supposed to be, to get you out of bondage, out of your Egypt, out of your trapped situation, and get into a place of just prospering and walking in peace, holding that peace. Man, I'm telling you guys, he is there for you. When you walk in obedience, you will have that peace. So again, if you are interested in my Faith Coach membership, make sure to sign up. Tomorrow night, we are going to have a live Q&A prayer session. And make sure to just hop on my website, monicafaithstrong.com, and check out everything on there. And make sure to like, comment, and share on this video. And yeah, I think that is it. I just want to encourage you to keep going strong in your faith journey. And I will be on again next Wednesday. I'm going to plan on Wednesday for now, unless I post different on my feed. I was going to do it Tuesday this week, and it just didn't work out. And so, yes, be encouraged. God is good, and if you seek him, you will be successful. All right. Goodbye, Facebook. And goodbye, YouTube. And good.